Bombing, episode 105.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to episode 105 of Bombing Podcast with very special guest Dante Gonzalez. Thanks for being here, dude.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm a big
What's
fan.
the last part of your name?
Gonzalez-Abreu.
Abreu?
Or Abreu. Yeah.
Abreu. And do you? Because I sometimes you'll use the full name on stage, and other times it's just Dante Gonzalez, right?
When they introduce me incorrectly, it's Dante Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer as a?
It's Gonzalez-Abreu. Yeah.
Okay,
always,
right on.
Yeah.
Right on. I didn't know.
Or just Dante. Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, they mess up Hayden's name a lot.
Yeah, I've got a bunch. I've got like they'll do like Hayden Wickoff, or they'll throw like a letter that's not even in the last name in there.
Yeah.
They're like Hayden Wyblef.
Yeah, it's like there's
dude,
no
what?
B. There's no B.
You
It
knew
is
there
a
was gonna be
unique
there.
name there.
Yeah.
It's a family name.
Yeah, I heard that it was like your middle name or
Yeah,
something.
it's actually my middle name. So go ahead and steal my identity while you're at it.
Guess that's getting cut out.
Nah,
But,
not staying. Yeah, no, but that was like, it was already my like Instagram name, and I didn't really feel like changing it at all. So I was just like, I'll go up as Hayden Wyckoff.
Yeah. When you guys say that you guys are brothers, everybody's like, what?
Yeah, I don't get that. People are very confused by that.
Yeah, it might be the name thing because we go up, we don't have the same like last name on stage.
Yeah, I get the name thing a lot.
I can kind of understand that, but it's like we look blonde hair, blue eyes, white kids.
Yeah, but you do have like different bone structure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I guess we do.
Yeah.
But even when I explain the name part, they're like, "I still like." You guys are still, I'm like, "We're still brothers." Yes.
Yeah, because you did make a choice at some point to go as Wyckoff.
Yeah. That was back in Nashville. That was a long time ago.
You did it with your bands too, as well.
Did I?
You did band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I was in a band called Six Nip in college, and it was a 3-piece like punk rock band, and our bass player came up with the name because between 3 people there's 6 nipples. All together, so it was like we'll call ourselves Six Nip. Looking back, it was kind of dumb. It was a little dumb.
It's kind of funny.
Well, that's what punk rock was. It punk rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should
That's
have a
like
dumb
punk
name
alt.
for the band.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be like some intellectual thing.
No, not at all.
The educators,
Eurythmics? Yeah.
the smart scientist people.
Yeah, the neurosurgeon.
No, you gotta be silly.
Yeah.
You gotta be-
I think
do
you
something
nailed
dumb.
it. What happened to that?
Well, our drummer kind of disappeared. He like moved up into the woods and left, and I was.
That's
that happen to-
pretty punk rock.
Yeah, that is pretty.
Does that
punk
happen to
rock.
a lot of drummers? I feel like.
I don't know, but
A
also
lot of Tennessee drummers.
yeah. At the same
You
time,
just end up in the woods.
At the same time, I decided I was going to move to Hollywood and be a star. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of just fell apart. But it was cool. Our band logo was our bass player. We found this toilet that was sitting on the side of the road. And so our bass player, shout out Andy, took his pants all the way off and sat down on it, and we took a picture of him.
That's the logo.
Yeah, and in black and white, that was the band logo. It was on like our drummer's kit and everything. It was sick.
Yeah, you can get away with a lot in punk rock.
Yeah, you can. You can't do that if like at the orchestra or at the Opry or something.
If you're a fucking violinist,
Yeah, you can't. There's no really silly violinists. I feel like.
you can't have a fucking toilet in your picture.
No, you can't.
If you're in the London Symphony Orchestra.
No, you got to be all serious. This is serious.
Yeah.
This is very serious
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that we're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, Gonzalez-Abreu, my last name, is my dad's just last name. And then everyone tells me to change it because it doesn't fit on a thing, on like a billboard or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just can't figure out anything that's good.
I'd just go Dante Gonzalez.
You think so? It
Absolutely.
makes it so much less like cool.
I think that's well. Look, it's your name. It's cooler to you than it is to others.
Yeah.
Obviously. But just like that, Dante Gonzalez, that rolls off the tongue. That's
maybe
very
you're
strong.
Right. Dante Gonzalez.
Very
5
strong.
syllables. Okay, maybe I'll do that.
Very strong.
Or you could just start saying like, guys, I'm Craig.
Craig.
I'm Craig the comedian.
Change it
Very,
completely.
it's very easy to spell on a marquee.
I'm Craig Wyckoff.
Oh no! No, that's my thing. You can't steal my name, dude. Come on.
I thought I could just tack it on there. But yeah, I came to LA as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
So I was thinking about it in a way that would work for that kind of business, you know?
How long into acting did you start stand up?
I started it like 2 years ago.
In LA?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started in Nashville, but we really got our start in LA. Where'd you move here from?
Miami.
Miami? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
How's is it as nice as it sounds?
It's very great, yeah. But there's no show business.
Grew up there your whole life?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I only went there once on a spring break, and I had a huge breakup fight with my girlfriend.
Oh
It was
my
terrible. Oh, it was awful. Oh, I have one horrible memory from Miami.
Yeah?
It's just that. Yeah, she was just yeah.
So you never.
Well, we don't
back?
need to get into that.
It could be good.
We don't need to rehash all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just yelling at each other in a hotel room.
Oh man.
And then here's the thing: we had to drive back like together.
How quiet was that car ride?
So quiet. We were with another couple too that we were really good friends with, and yeah, I mean it was just all bad. It was just bad.
How
Broke up when we got back to Nashville.
How young were you?
21, I think.
That's when you start yelling. I feel.
No, younger than that. 19 actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it was bad,
Yeah.
And I think about it every morning. But
All right.
no, I don't. But Miami to LA. Just trying to. You see how I blew?
Yeah.
Miami to LA. That's got to be nuts.
They're kind of like the same place, except there's like smarter people here.
I feel that.
Yeah.
What about Miami makes people dumb? You think?
I don't know, man. A lot of people, here it's like everybody comes here to do it,
Mm-hmm.
And half the people here are transplants from somewhere else.
Yeah.
That are just ambitious,
Yeah.
So I guess people are just like in Miami. You get a lot of guys. My dad's Cuban, my mom's from El Salvador. Like they just immigrated there, and then they're just that's it. They just chill.
Hell yeah! Do you always dress like you're from Miami, or was that just for the podcast?
I don't know who I am as a person, so I'm like trying to figure out what my style is.
Hell yeah!
I understand that.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing with the belt buckle, dude. Just changing them out, bro.
Yeah.
Swapping them out.
Until one sticks.
Seeing which one works.
You got the sweatpants on now, though.
Yeah, I'm not in stage mode. I'm not stage Ryan right now.
Yeah.
I am at home podcast.
Your
Ryan.
podcast, Brian.
Yeah.
Ryan.
I'm chilling. Yeah, stage Ryan. That's a whole different guy, dude. I don't even know that guy.
He's got the chain on the jeans.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Got to keep that wallet safe.
And
You ever
the big-
lose your wallet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've done that once, and I've bought the chain the next day.
Yeah. It's kind of like a statement, though, no?
It is kind of.
But you use it only practically.
No, I use it actually all the time, but I mean only with my pants,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean I use it because I lost my wallet with my ID and like other things in there, and wallet items.
Which is not good.
No, it's horrible. And then I had to go through the DMV and all that. So so I just bought one.
So yeah, because some people do that. They're like punk rock guys,
Mm-hmm.
but you just do it because it's the best way to keep your wallet on you.
Yeah, and but it also happens to look cool.
Yeah, it does.
So-
Yeah, it's like a very unique thing.
It's a win-win. I feel like.
Like I was talking to my roommate Jimmy, and I was like, "Did you see Ryan Jennings go up at Jesters Court?" And he was like, "The guy with a chain in his pocket." And I go, "I guess he does have a chain in his pocket."
That's funny that was the thing that stuck out.
Not like the guy with the funny bit. It was like, nah.
Oh, you mean the hilarious handsome dude? That I would have been like, yes, that guy.
Yeah, way better way to get remembered, but
Yeah,
no,
it's
I
funny
think he
that-
likes
not
that
the
kinda-
blonde, not the blonde, not the.
Yeah,
not-
but you were so right because we did put you right after EJ Straw.
He was so funny.
Yeah, you.
And I'm so glad you did because I had the killer riff at the top.
You did, and then, but like when you said that, I was like, "Fuck, we should have thought about this more."
No, we just so happened to be two white blonde guys with trucker hats on.
Yeah.
You know, he was so funny,
EJ's great. Yeah,
and your show went great.
thank you.
We promoted it a bunch on the show.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, man.
He just had put on his first show, right?
Yeah.
With Nick D. I can never say his last-
Durbasula.
Durbasula.
It's an Indian.
And Aldis.
All this, yeah.
And Aldis. And called the Jesters Court at the Hotel Cafe, and it went great, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Big hit.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
There were people like lined up, just standing in the back. The whole room was packed
Oh
out.
my gosh,
it was
thank God.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was nuts.
How do you feel now that it's all over? Like it's
Well, we had a night after. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about what happened.
right on. That's how you know it was a good night.
We ended up somewhere, filthy,
Yeah.
with comedians, and it was very funny, and they didn't know how to behave.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, and then by the end of the night, I was hungry, and I was with Nick, and then Nick Durvasula had because we met at a roast battle.
Yeah.
So we roast like it's like just a thing that we do, but then sometimes we hurt each other's feelings and we have to like talk about it after. You know?
Oh no. What's that like?
Too far, dude.
Well, it's like it's very healthy that we talk about it after. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so it's very fun. But yeah, when the guy's roasting you, and everyone's laughing, and then you want to kill him, you know? And vice versa. But
He's a funny roaster too.
that's his strongest point, I think. Like when he was doing the set to open the thing,
Cold open brought them all together.
yeah, he was doing good, but it was like there was moments, and then he just finds my buddy from acting class, and he was like, you look like you're in Game of Thrones, and the guy's like, what? You're like Gandalf the Gay, and then everybody's laughing, and I was going, yes, and I just wanted him to just for the rest of his set just roast the audience because I knew that would be like insane.
He's really good at that.
Yeah, well, he's a good overall comic, but I do think his strongest point right now is roast battles. I think he's a monster.
Yeah, we're just now starting to get to know them.
Yeah.
Aldous and you and Nick and
Yeah.
I liked y'all's crew. I saw you guys at Boulevard a lot.
Yeah, that's like because they asked me to host Saturdays, and then they needed some people to host mics, so I got them because we were doing Jesters Court, and then so we're just like now we're the Boulevard Boys now.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good name, Boulevard Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked y'all's group. I thought you guys were funny, and I just like. Everyone. It feels like everyone's got their own little groups going on, and I just wanted to expand ours.
Yeah. We're so glad that you guys
Absolutely
fucking did it because we're all big. We're all fans of you too.
Well,
thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that show, man. I mean, for a first show to sell out like that.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
That's
Did you
big.
see? Did you catch Willie Simon?
I think he's the Comedy Store guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that guy murdered.
He was hilarious.
Dude.
Yeah.
He was crushing.
That was unreal.
And it's like it was just coming off it's like no like pauses in his thing. It was great.
Machine gun fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah. That guy's a monster, man, and he's hungry too.
A lot of great comics on that lineup, dude.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, like, how did that whole show come together? Like, what made you want to put all that together? What was the idea?
I'm gonna give props to. Do you guys remember Tufan?
Tufan Najjar?
Yeah. Him and Tatone did that show.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long
which was
time.
so good. And then somebody else did another comedy show. I saw all these shows pop up, and I was like, these are so cool. And then I was like, I want to do one at one point, and then when I got to know Nick Dervasula, I was like, we should do a show. And then he brought Aldous along, and now it's just the three of us. And then yeah, we did Hotel Cafe was already on their thing, but then and then Nick Tatone always jokes that I stole it from him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah. And he's like, we're getting our lawyers ready. And Nick is he's a fucking awesome booker. I mean, the first thing I said was your show is going to be better than ours because he does it so well and he keeps it tight and stuff.
He's so good. He's a close buddy of ours. He comes into my work all the time, and he told me that to me. I was like, I just got the Jesters Court show.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I'm at the Hotel Cafe, and he's like, those motherfuckers.
Well, now it's Anderson and him, and Anderson is another comedian I really like.
He is so funny.
Nick Tatone's gonna hate me after this podcast.
Why is that?
Because he's gonna think I stole his idea.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm a vulnerable guy. I just say things.
No, dude, Nick won't hate you.
No, not at all.
Yeah, he's. But yeah, it was whatever. I love him.
Great dude. Great show. He's jealous. That's what it is.
He did roast the fuck out of me the first time, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And then he DM'd me. Very sweet. He was like, dude, I just heard, because he records his set. He was like, I heard, and I was like, he was like, just, I'm sorry, ask me anything.
That's hilarious.
Damn.
He's
And I was like, that's
dude.
a real fucking guy right there. Like, and I have asked him and Anderson for a lot of tips about booking and stuff, and they've helped so much. So it wouldn't be possible without, like, they were so crucial.
Yeah.
I just want to give them props,
There you go, Nick. Are you happy?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I love you. Come on anytime.
You're going to go back to your apartment. All your doors are going to be gone.
We were talking with Nick Dervasula with him after a show, and then like we were a little mad at each other. Me and Nick, not Tatone.
Yeah.
Nick D.
And then Nick Tatone was there after we went to go see his show, and then he said something like I was like, oh, we're kind of bickering, and then he was doing therapy, and then we were talking, and then Tatone was like, oh, by the way, I charge for you, and then like I charge for this, And then we were like, well, how much are you charging? And he was like, and Nick was like, what do you want us to do? Buy a door? Like,
He'll never live the doors down. Dude.
No, dude, never. That guy's got the strangest job in Hollywood as a stand-up
but
comic.
if it works, yeah. For real. I wonder what that pays. Like, how much? What's the commission on
It
a
pays
door?
good. It pays good because he's bothering me every day at my job.
Really?
Yeah, sitting at the counter,
Taking up space.
taking up space, dude. Not really bothering, but yeah, no, he'll come in like 2-3 times a week and just sit at the counter and we'll chit chat. And
That's wonderful.
yeah, it's great.
It's so good to have friends in comedy.
And he's asking me for tags. He's like, "You think this is funny?" And I'm like, "No, throw it all away. You stink." All that. All the normal.
Comedians make such great friends. I
Yeah.
think.
Also,
Absolutely.
to Tony specifically, I've never had another friend in stand-up that'll come up to me and drop like just the funniest premise that you've ever heard and go, "Do you think this is something?"
Yeah.
Like, do you think should I do this? It's like, brother, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, go up and do that.
Yeah, I've seen him get off stage, like, and kill, and then be like, "Was that good?" Was that,
Yeah,
I don't know. No, I don't. Maybe I won't do it again. I won't do it again. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
just shut up, Nick, please.
Yeah, just
Just
do your
shut up.
material.
Have some self-esteem now.
Yes,
Yeah.
God, he's
He's
good.
a guy with self-esteem. He really is.
Yeah, he's been on here like 4 or 5 times now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Anderson too is a really good joke, right? He's like he reminds me of that Norm thing too. But yeah, Hotel Cafe, the little stage is fucking awesome though.
It was a great room. It was my first time there.
Yeah, it's a conducive room to stand up.
Yeah.
A lot of people have to stand, which isn't the best part, you know. And yeah,
That was a great room. First time there, I was really proud of my set. I only cursed once, and it was on a riff, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You have to clean.
I like to keep the finished jokes clean.
you're like kind of clean, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like about. I really like your writing and that you're clean. I like clean comedy.
Yeah, so do I. I like all comedy.
Yeah, I like all comedy, and I'm not a clean comic,
No, you're not.
but I revere clean comedy.
See, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a clean comic. That's funny. I've gotten this from many other people. I'm not like a clean comic, but by the time the joke is finished, I'd like it to be like almost 95% clean, unless a swear word is necessary, which oftentimes it's not. Which I feel like
I know, but
people
there's
don't
such a
understand that.
temptation because it's clean. Like it doesn't have to swear, right?
Yeah, no, you don't.
But you just add the word.
That's right.
Because it just makes it funnier.
Yeah.
I'll do that a lot when I'm trying to like suss out new jokes.
All the time.
I'll throw a couple motherfucker in this fucking that
Yeah.
throw.
Just turn into a black guy.
Yeah, basically.
You motherfucker. Yeah, dude.
Because it punches it up, like the swear word. It punches up a little bit.
Well,
but
the
yeah.
word "fuck" is hilarious because it's
Mm-hmm.
like consonants, you know, F-U-C-K. It's like it's got like a punch to it.
It is.
And then like somebody said that the punchline should have more consonants than vowels or something because
Really? I've never heard
it
that.
hits harder. Like it's a more subtle, like abrupt end, which just makes you laugh. You know.
Yeah.
So "fuck" is a great word to use in stand up.
It's almost
is
like a
great.
cheat code, especially when you're trying to figure out something new.
Yeah.
You can get away with a lot just throwing like a little this fucking guy
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, but don't you find shit? Yeah, and then you end up just saying it so much, and you sound like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No, when I'm doing like new material, if I'm doing some new jokes and I don't know where they're gonna be, I'm throwing shitting. I was shitting and fucking thing.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
The fuck is up with that?
But the final product, you
Yeah.
should be able to like shave those down into just the thought.
Completely. A completed joke shouldn't be littered with swears. I feel like.
Yeah.
Just personally, but and I like to try to find the workarounds. Also, I'm talking about like silly things.
Yeah, because you guys are kind of different in that way. Like you're more of like, and I don't know if you consider yourself this, but you like you kind of roast people. I think we talked about this briefly. Like you
Did
don't
we?
roast like you're not like a roast comic, but your observations are you're displeased with someone.
Yeah, that's a through line to a lot of my material. Is
Yeah,
I
yeah.
find
You're like, what the fuck? This is shit.
I find something very upsetting, and then
Yeah.
I need to tell strangers to not
Yeah.
blow my brains out at
Yeah,
night.
you are roasting like a person that you saw earlier.
Yeah.
They're not in the room, but you're roasting them.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you're
you're like,
roasting
"This idiot."
like a item. And
Yeah.
you're like, what idiot made this thing?
You guys are both observational and very. You could be clean. I mean, you're both kind of clean.
Yeah, but a lot-
he's more silly in like.
Yeah.
he's not like going, this guy sucks, you know?
I'm going more my silly, dumb thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff I write about is just stuff I'll like encounter throughout the week that just enrages me. It makes me so upset. I'm like, other people need to hear about this. And then they're never as upset as I am. And I'm like, fuck, I bombed.
Well, the Ferrari bit, I don't know if you guys talk about bits on your podcast.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
But, yeah, it's like fucking cut and dry Hayden Wyckoff.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Making fun of what an idiot.
I saw that dude. He came in again with
The
the same
punchline
shoes.
was-
I didn't even tell you guys.
I want to know the thought process behind that purchase, right?
Yeah.
That's what you say?
Yeah. It's just fuck. I'm not gonna explain the whole bit, but it's just little stuff like that. Like I was doing cable crunches next to this guy. I just look over, Ferrari shoes, and I was like, what?
What an idiot.
What an idiot! What
Yeah.
sound mind individual would make that
What's
purchase?
he wearing on his chest? Like, what's his...
I was so hyper focused on the shoes.
didn't
I
even
didn't.
notice.
I didn't even check the rest of the outfit.
could have been
No.
shirtless.
Yeah, he could have been completely naked. I would have been like, "What are those, dude?
Yeah, you're
What's
not,
that?"
Not mad about being naked, mad about the shoes.
Yeah. It's the shoes.
That's great.
But, yeah, my favorite comic is Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, he's
Rip
up
in
there.
peace.
And he has that one joke where he's like, my grandma had like a big bruise on her arm, like a big orange, blue, green bruise, you know? And then I was like, Grandma, what happened? What happened to you? She goes, the wind. Which seems
Yeah.
like Ryan.
It's a great joke. He's in my top three.
Yeah,
top three.
yeah. It seems like that's kind of similar to your, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where I got my joke writing from too.
Who would you say your top three?
He's
comics
number
are?
one, and then
Number one,
oh,
nice.
it's so difficult. Oh my goodness gracious, it's so difficult.
It is difficult.
I guess Louis C.K. has to be in the top three.
Yep.
And then honestly, like, everybody hates him, but Seinfeld.
Bill Cosby.
Oh.
Yeah, Seinfeld. Sorry.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah. No, him too. Yeah, everyone hates him for different reasons.
People just don't think he's funny, but the guy's the guy's a fucking pro.
Yeah. I never understood the hate towards him.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know. I think they don't like Bill Cosby like the guy. Not Bill Cosby. Sorry. It's,
Bill Cosby, the guy.
I was just,
Jerry Seinfeld.
I wonder why.
I don't think they like Jerry Seinfeld the guy just because like he comes off as very like
He's
cold.
prickly, yeah.
Yeah. But it's like that's what happens when you've been on top for 4 decades.
When you're
in a
worth
row.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Louis is there, not only for his stand-up, but for all his behind the scenes.
are we talking about top three or
Yeah.
top three influence in our writing?
And influence on yourself?
Yeah, it would probably be the three I named.
Yeah. I'm Norm
Yeah.
is 3, Louis 2, Brian Regan's number 1.
Really, you're a Regan guy.
Love him.
Yeah.
I love Brian Regan.
But you're so much more controlled than he is on stage.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
No, I don't think. I think it's good how you. Well, Regan. I don't know. I've tried.
He's an animal.
I've tried with Regan because he was Norm's favorite guy.
Yeah.
And
He's
then-
most people's favorite guy.
You think so?
Absolutely.
He's clean, which is wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
and he's made me laugh at some bits I thought were great. Like he has like a cannonball bit.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and then they just put like ointment on it or
Mm-hmm.
something, and it's so fucking funny. But overall, sometimes it's just so cartoony and
Yeah.
kiddie that I'm like, I kind of like lose.
I eat it up. I love it. It's so silly. It's so silly the things he talks about and the anger behind it.
He's an act out comic.
He is very much.
Yeah.
But you can tell if you look past what he's saying, you can tell like he is so there. You can see anger there. He is upset but he's saying it in a silly
It
way.
is funny.
Yeah.
No, that guy's awesome. Like,
This is gonna come to no surprise to anyone. My favorite comic of all time is Bill Burr. Just because he was the first guy to ever like see him as angry as I felt all the time.
It is you,
And, like,
it is you,
Express it, and it's weird. I try it like you can't. The first like 6 months I spent in comedy was just me doing a bad impersonation of Bill Burr. It was just going up there and fuck another thing. And then over time I had to kind of figure out how to like, all right, I got to do something separate. Like you can still keep that lane, you can still be upset about stuff, but like you got to make it your own.
yeah.
And that was difficult. I'll tell you a guy that he's not a comic, he's not a stand up, but someone that like influenced like the way that I go through comedy a lot was Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Like we grew up watching Family Guy. American Dad, and like that. I don't know what to call that, but like that, whatever that like style of humor was, cemented itself like very early on in our lives, and it still has. And now he's got that new TED show that's crushing it.
Yeah.
Kind of contrasting people there.
Yeah, a little
Like
bit.
you're Seth and Bill Burr.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
The super chill weed guy, and then also the guy who just has unprocessed.
Yeah,
electrons.
look, it's not a perfect list, but
No, Seth was a big influence, man. I remember when, we would, Family Guy came out. We'd sit there every week, watch the episodes. We loved he's just so funny, dude.
Yeah.
And then our father liked Don Rickles a lot.
oh
my
yeah,
gosh,
dude.
Yeah.
A lot of Don Rickles in
How
the
about
house.
Dangerfield?
Yeah, not so much so. I mean, I know we have a...
Yeah.
He's right.
The people can't see this.
Dangerfield is fucking goated.
He's great, but it wasn't... I found him later, you know?
Yeah.
But, man, he's funny, dude.
Dude, he's so good.
Every now and then, if I know I have like the next day off work and I get like a couple too many drinks in me, I'll hop on YouTube and be like, fucking Don Rickles compilation.
Really, yeah.
And just watch him like you know, like roast President Reagan, all
So
his spots
funny.
on Johnny Carson. It's a cool rabbit hole to go down, and then it's like 3
I haven't
a.m.
done that one with Rickles.
Yeah,
No,
you should. It's really
a
good.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
He had this one joke. He pointed at a black man, and he said, "You, sir, are you black? I took a guess." Great.
There you go.
I took a guess.
Yeah.
There's this one that's been making the rounds on like Instagram recently. It's at like the Oscars, the Golden Globes or something. It was kind of recent. It was like right before he died, and he was talking about how he's neighbors with Julia Roberts. And he's like, I live 3 houses down from Julia Roberts, and then Julia tries to pipe in. She goes, actually, it's actually less than 2 houses, and he just goes, you don't have any lines, just smile, sweetie.
Great. He's so good, dude. One of the guys he's not newer, but I've been getting really into is Joe List.
Yeah, he's a beast. I love him.
He's really funny, man.
Writing is great.
Yeah, very funny.
Him and Sam Morril are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Sam Morril.
Yeah.
You listen to We Might Be Drunk at all?
No. Is that their pod?
Yeah. It's We Might Be Drunk, not
Is
We
that with
Might Be
Norman?
Drunk at all. Yeah, Mark Norman and Sam
That's
Morril.
crazy. I have to listen to it.
Yeah, dude,
And
it's,
then-
it's one of my favorites.
Mark Norman and Joe List have a podcast called Tuesdays with Stories.
Damn.
And they're over 600 episodes, I think.
Well, Norman is one of my favorites right now.
Right on.
Like my two favorite right now, it's kind of weird, but it's Theo and Norman.
Very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them both. And then comes like, Gillis and all the guys that everybody loves. But Theo is like, Theo right now is the comedian that I can get on YouTube and just be like, who's going to make me laugh the most?
Yeah.
On like a YouTube short or something. I think he has like the highest like odds are I'm going to laugh my ass off with Theo.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Every time I think I've heard the wildest sentence from Theo Vaughn, he's like, "Man, we had this guy back. He was half dog, half man."
It's
back in
already
Louisiana."
funny.
Yeah, and you're like, "Whoa, dude, what the hell?"
He's like, he has one about maps where he's like, maps are so boring now. Like, it's like there's like a plateau. I don't want to know where a plateau is. Like, tell me where there's like the highest likelihood where I can see twins. Like, wouldn't that be helpful? He's
Twins.
like, a tributary. I don't know a tributary. Where's Little Terry? Like all this shit.
I just saw a clip on Instagram. He had I think it was Nikki Glazer on his podcast, and I forget what the subject was, but it starts out. She goes, "Look, if I don't want a dick in my mouth, it's not going in there." He's like, "I've been saying that my whole life, brother."
Dude, the guy is underrated, bro. He's a fucking awesome comic.
And you want to... You almost can't tell if he's fucking around or being serious.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
come on, you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but
he knows.
he's so good at disguising it.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, did you guys catch Luke Roberts at Jesters Court?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, dude.
Wasn't
Yeah,
that something?
Dude, Luke.
You want to talk about Luke
Roberts.
Roberts? We go way back with Luke Roberts. He
Yeah.
was like one of the first comics we met. Like when we moved here.
We met him back at Boulevard.
Yeah.
You know,
He is
Stories
so
about this
funny.
guy are insane.
Yeah.
I popped into the green room and you guys were talking and Luke Roberts was going on this rant.
Yeah.
Fucking left.
Yeah. That dude he's another dude where you don't know if that's just him or he's...
I don't think so. I think it is him. Yeah.
I don't know if he's doing a bit.
I don't think so. I think the guy's generally like a curmudgeon.
It's just him, bro. He's so goofy.
But then we have the audio and then we met with Aldous and Nick at my place the other day and we heard his set. And every line was a fucking punchline. Like, from when he got on stage, every sentence resulted in laughter. There was no setup.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it either, because like I'll bump into him at open mics from time to time. Like, dude, like last week, we were at the same open mic, and he goes up and he's like, I think I got some of those notes somewhere. Hold on. And he reaches in his pocket, pulls out the back of a CVS receipt with scribble on it, goes up and kills, forgets it on stage. He walks off and like his notes are still up there. The host had to be like, hey, Luke, he's like, my bad.
There's times where he bombs though, because like Nick was saying, he either kills or bombs.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
Sense.
I've never seen him in the middle. It's one or the other.
I was so nervous because he was like the variable on the show.
Yeah.
And when he goes up there, I forgot what he said first. He was like, I like this guy's cock. That was like the first thing he said.
Did you do a great Luke?
He goes like Game of Thrones cock. He goes, and then he just goes, I would suck this guy's cock. Like that's 3 sentences. And he goes, I kind of like my cock sometimes. I like it when the pediatrician touches it. Like that. Each line is making everybody laugh. Like everyone. And then every line after that is also making everybody laugh.
He's like, I like jerking off in mirrors.
He's like, I got it.
Brings out the beast in you. What are you talking
He
about?
stumbled on a line too. He was like, I was with an Indian girl, and she was Indian. Like, he just says it again. Like,
Yeah.
That's great. Oh my god.
she had hands like a Taj Mahal carpet. Like,
Funny fucking dude.
That guy just exists it must just be a constant state of chaos at all times.
What it is, dude? It's like it's some other thing.
And he just serves sushi all day.
Yeah.
And
I
then
was
does
so
jokes
impressed.
at night.
I knew him from Mike's, but I didn't know that. I mean, Nick was right, bro. The guy's a fucking monster.
Yeah, he's funny. But man, I don't know if you've ever seen him there during a bomb.
I have. That's why I was
okay,
nervous.
yeah. Because when he goes down, he goes down.
He's like banging on the walls and shit.
He's
like, everything is crashing.
He only exists on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Not like that spectrum, but just like the spectrum, you know? He either just absolutely murders or just goes down like a ship. Just
I've seen him sink the whole ship before.
yeah. I've seen him he'll sink mics.
Yeah.
He'll burn the whole building down on his way down.
People are like, he makes people mad, bro.
Yeah. I'm not bombing. The night is bombing.
Yeah.
This whole building's
this whole
bombing.
fucking thing sucks. You know? Everyone sucked. I hope this mic's better. You know, like,
This guy's
mic sucked.
Piece of shit over
Yeah,
here.
And
Pointing at people who don't even know.
I saw him once at a mic, and he was like, "This mic sucks. Everything sucks." And he was like, "But we're doing it. Like that was like, we're out here. We're gonna make it." Like all this shit.
Oh my god.
You might have the best Luke Roberts impression we've ever seen.
Oh, thanks.
That's good.
Shout out Luke Roberts. We got to get him on, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
that guy is so funny, bro. Yeah, it was like relief when he started killing, and then I was laughing my ass off.
I knew after the first line.
Yeah, that's how you know.
After his opening line, I was like, oh, he's got this.
Yeah. Well, Nick went to talk to him right before he went on because Nick invited him, and then I was like, "Where's your boy?" Because the last guy was getting lit. You know, I think it was you before him.
I think it was. I was right before him.
Yeah, and then I was like, "This guy's got to be out here. Where is he?" Like, and then Nick's like, "I just dabbed him up in the green room, and he was sweating, and he was talking to himself, and he was so nervous." He goes, "He was so nervous, like he was just like he was going like, yeah, do it, bro, just do it," you know, like he was saying that, and then that was a good sign to me,
Yeah.
because every time I've been that nervous before a show, it's gone very well, and especially when you sit in it, I feel.
Absolutely.
And
I was
so
nervous.
That
before
just
going on.
means I was so nervous, bro.
Yeah. I had to do my wall push-ups. I do like these push-ups against the wall.
I pray.
I stretch and I bend over and
Yeah.
just a lot of stuff.
I had an okay set. It picked up towards the end, but it's because I didn't have any time to sit with the nervousness. Whereas like if I'm just on a show, I get to just kind of like let it hit me.
You had so much more responsibility.
Yeah. So like when I got up there, I was like, oh fuck, like now it's my set, and for like 2 minutes I was kind of catching my footing, and then I think I have an astrology joke that one went well, and after that it went really well. I felt.
I think
No,
it was
you had a good set, man.
overall great
Also,
set.
you had a lot more to think about rather than just like popping in for a regular spot. You're like, you were running this show. This was your responsibility.
Yeah.
I do not acknowledge the the anxiety of a set.
Really?
No, I wait till like the comic before me, when they have 30 seconds left on stage, I feel the whole week's worth of panic in that 30 seconds. I sit there and I go, oh fuck, and they're like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Hayden Wyckoff, and it's like I have to push it off as far as I can so that by the time I have to deal with it, it's like not up to me. It's way too late. Fuck. But I feel every bit of it, but it's just compressed. It's like taking a shot.
There's something to that though.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
like
crazy.
when
It's like lightning in a bottle.
absolutely like when you asked me to, or you didn't ask, but what's the other lady at Boulevard, at your show. I was just in the crowd. I wasn't on the lineup. But
someone dropped off, and
Yeah.
so they had a slot open.
and they were like, she asked me if I wanted to be on, and I was like, sure. And I wasn't like mindset ready to do
I
comedy.
was thinking about that. I was like, I wonder how I would feel if that happened to me.
Yeah, but I had no time to worry about it, and it worked out. I
I love
it was
the
better.
first bit that you did was so funny. The Noah's Ark.
Oh
throw.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, need to turn that into something, dude.
I'm trying right now.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
2 eels, 2 electric eels.
2 ants and 2 anteaters.
Bees.
2 bees.
2 bees.
That's my newest one. I'm trying to work on.
And you crushed too on Boulevard.
Thank you, man. I just went through and watched the footage. We got a camera last minute to film it. And,
Good.
I'm just glad that opening riff worked because like the guy that went on in front of me, he had like a bunch of jokes about like racism, and then I had this like back burner like B shelf joke about how like the NFL paints end racism on the sidelines.
that, yeah.
And that's a layup. There's nothing better when like the last joke from the comic before you has something that like has kind of been sitting on the back burner because then you can just go up there and it looks like it's just off the top of your head, but you're just like, I've been practicing. This has been bombing for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the dude was talking about animals, and I got a whole chunk on animals, but I just brought up the Noah's Ark thing, and it worked. Just animals eating.
Oh my gosh.
I have too much material on animals.
It's
dude.
so funny, dude. Your store set, I saw that, like the one that you posted on YouTube.
Oh, wait, which one? My first
potluck or something.
Oh, my first one. I think that might be my first ever
Yeah.
potluck set.
Yeah.
What did I talk about?
Animal and a cigarette, like a bird and eating a cigarette.
I want to eat like animals.
Animals eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a sip from a puddle once.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Animals eating. Yeah, I wish I could just do that. That's pretty much the whole bit.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
A horse can just eat a bale of hay.
Yeah.
And
Or a carrot once.
or a carrot once, and they're all jacked for some reason.
That's the other curse we have living together and like doing the amount of mics that we do is that we know each other's material. Like,
I bet, yeah, like
Front and back.
for the other one must be like, yeah.
Oh, we've thought about going up and doing each other's acts.
we should do that. We should
I
swap
was
sets.
thinking about that with Nick
Yeah.
too and Aldous.
We should swap sets one night.
We should. I was thinking about this also. Like we've thought about that for a long time. But Nick to Tony's got this joke that he can't figure out, and I've told him what I think he should do, and he's applied it, and I've seen it work. But like, I wonder what would happen if like I went up and just did his joke, and then just gave him the evidence or whatever.
Evidence?
Or what's the other one?
the result? of
Result,
that?
yeah.
The data.
The data. That's it. Not the evidence.
And CSI Miami over
Unless
here,
I
dude.
bombed, then a crime would have been committed.
Yeah.
But like I tell him, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do your joke and see. Maybe I could think of it in a different way.
In a Ryan Jennings way.
Yeah, and then you just take it.
Because you wouldn't word it the same as he did.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'd also do it more funny than him. No. But yeah, I think that'd be all right. I think that'd be good for. I guess I'd have to start the joke with, "Hey guys, I'm about to do a Nick to Tony joke.
Like,
Yeah.
Here it goes.
Yeah.
If you hate it, it's because Nick wrote it. If you love it, it's because I wrote it."
I'm doing it now, yeah.
That's right.
Like you doing Hayden's material, I feel like it would end up sweet. Like it would end up like not being like.
Probably would. If you did one of mine, you'd be angry.
yeah. I'd be angry about Noah's Ark. I'd be like, why are there so many fucking animals on this thing, dude?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, it's so fun though. Yeah, we go to so many mics together just because it's so easy.
Yeah.
We live together. It's just so nice.
It's good to have that. Yeah.
I think it helps a lot.
I'll tell you what I think helps more is going to like solo mics, like because our work schedule is a little different. Like I'll go to Mike solo,
Yeah.
and that's fun because I almost feel bad about doing like old material in front of you. I feel like I'm boring you.
I'm not there for you.
Yeah.
I'm there to do my old material.
It's a good instinct though that because do you guys know Ron Bush?
No?
He's fucking awesome. Oh, he was the guy on your Comedy Boulevard show.
Yeah,
The
was
black dude at the end.
Oh,
yeah.
no, he crushed.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite guys in LA. He's my good friend, and then he did my podcast. I used to have a podcast called Film Buzz, and
Oh,
he
what
came
happened to
on it. I stopped doing it.
Oh, no.
But that was like a whole, like there was like a nice camera and
Oh, I
shit,
got you.
know, like it was expensive.
Made
But,
fun of our camera. That's
No,
okay.
no, I'm just saying. Well, you guys are
Just
still
kidding.
doing it. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
This is the better way. I'm doing another podcast now with Nick, and we're doing it on a phone camera.
Right on.
Yeah.
We had a great conversation with Ron Bush after his set.
He's the best. He's like a guru.
He just slowed everything down and got everybody. He's like, I'm doing this now.
His voice.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
How do you
So
know
good.
him? How'd y'all meet up? What's the story behind that?
The second mic I ever did was Accidental Chaos. You know this mic?
Yeah.
And he was there and he crushed. Everybody else bombed. It was my second mic. I whiffed. And then I was doing Chateau, and then he was a non-bringer on Chateau. This was like 3 months into stand-up for me.
Wow.
And I had a good set, and he was like, good stuff. And I was like, you remember me from? And he was like, yeah. And then we got it, like, we just exchanged contact information, and then he just became like a guy that I asked questions to. Like, I was like, what do you do in this scenario and shit? And then, you know, at the time I was like, how long does it take a joke to get ready for a show? And he said 3 months, which I think is like a great metric for that. Especially to someone who doesn't know anything about stand-up.
Yeah.
You know?
Wish you told me that.
Yeah, and then so you really get to know the joke and everything, and then again about mics, he was like, you know, if I'm doing something and people know my material, I can't just do the same exact material. I have to do it in a way where the people that haven't heard it and the people that know it, there's something new for everybody. You
That's the best way I've heard that put.
yeah.
That's great.
He really puts it really great, and then he's like, I'm gonna do this just for you because you've heard this bit before, and then he adds this other thing, and it really adds like newness to your set, which is why we go to mics, is not to do it the exact same way. You know?
No, you got to change it up. But you did just start another podcast with Nick?
Yeah, we shot one episode that's good. The second one sucks.
Oh no, what
That
happened?
Are you going to post
I
it?
picked him up because he doesn't have a car. I picked him up in rush hour traffic. So for an hour we were in the car driving to my place, and we had the best conversation. And then when we turned the camera on, we had nothing.
That's hilarious. That's
We had
happened
just
with
shit.
That's happened with us before.
You can't talk.
No. And then you try and it makes it worse. The best ones are that they just flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we've got 105 posted episodes. We've probably filmed. I mean, there's so many that we've filmed, and we're just like, it just wasn't it. It just wasn't it. No point.
105 is nuts. Do you guys watch podcasts?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tuesdays with Stories. That's my favorite.
That's
Mark Norman and Joe List.
yeah, that one sounds really good.
It's so good.
I religiously listen to Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast.
Yeah.
We Might Be Drunk. I love that one. That's Mark Norman and Sam Morrell. Just because they dive so deep into like just stand up stuff. It's a real like stand up nerds podcast.
That's what Tuesdays with Stories is. They, I mean, now they're obviously huge, but like they have. This goes back to like way back.
Like when Mark was a janitor.
Yeah, and like they were nobody. Nobody. They've got like over 600 episodes.
Wow.
And yeah, all they would do was they'd go out on the road like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they'd meet back in New York, and they would just tell the stories from the road, and they're just sharing like, someone heckled, and then I got drunk, and then I met a lady, and then fucking someone threw something at me, and then but the late show was great, and it's just awesome, and then like flight travel. It's just all like road comic talk, and it's really great to hear.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's also a great insight into like what you have to look forward to
Yeah.
if this does end up, working out.
Yeah.
And they make it seem very bleak. They're like, yeah, I was in a motel where the door opens up to the parking lot, and a homeless guy threw crap at me, and
And I'm like, that sounds awesome.
yeah, living the dream, dude.
Yeah.
I still have a day job, dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That's the number one goal, is quitting the day job.
Yeah, dude. Just trying to get rid of the day job. You still have a day job.
Yeah.
You just got a new day job.
Yeah. I got fired from the last place.
Oh no, whatever.
Yeah, I just didn't show up a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, well
That'll do it. Yeah.
That will
They
do it.
will fire you for that.
Yeah, I didn't show up a bunch of times. I had acting auditions and stuff.
More important.
Yeah.
What's it like going into an audition like for acting? I've never done that.
I think stand-up is more nerve-wracking.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it just like a bunch of people at a table and they go act, do the
There's
guy,
like a
do
bunch
the
of
guy?
people in an outside waiting room, and then you get called in, and then they're like, okay, go.
Oh my god.
And then you do it, and then they're like, all right, just do it like this now, and you do it like that, and they're like, all right, we'll let you know, and then you're gone.
That sounds so soul crushing.
I would rather do stand up than do that. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, well, is it worse? What bombing is like worse? I feel.
I don't know. I can bomb pretty gracefully. I don't think.
I've gotten bombing down. Yeah.
I don't think I could go into a room and just say some stuff I didn't write
Really?
in a character that I didn't create.
Yeah.
That sounds really tough.
Yeah, acting's hard, but when the strike happened, I got fired,
Damn.
and then that's when I started doing stand up like crazy. Even though I had been doing it, but that's when I had nothing else to do but stand up. And
I
that's
think
when I
that's-
had my fucking like. That's when I got to really get to. That's when I understood why people are addicted to stand up.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's a great start. Get fired and then you just hit stand up hard.
Yeah, and there was no acting or anything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What was the first like inkling of like, oh, maybe I'll give stand up a try? Like what?
I was
how'd that happen?
I was living in this house with a bunch of actors, and it was COVID, and I was dating one of them, and then it was a lady.
Okay.
All right.
I assumed. It's because he said actors. Actors.
Well, it's because I said like you're my roommates. I thought you would assume a fella, you know?
Look, ladies can be roommates too. That's
Yeah,
fine.
they were. I had 3 lady roommates, and
Ladies
then
can also
and
be
then
actors, not just actresses.
PC Jennings.
Comedians.
Oh god.
That died out, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Comedian.
That's a lady comic?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were trying that for a second.
Back in the 80s and 90s.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's like we're comedians.
Yeah.
But the ladies,
Yeah.
they're comedians.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Because they're women.
So anyway, you were dating your roommate.
I was dating a roommate. It wasn't a good relationship. Nothing like acting was all self tapes, and it still is. And I would get 1 role a week, 1 audition a week. You know, not 1 role. That'd be great.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
You
And
wouldn't
then
be
my
here right now.
roommate, my next door roommate, Francesca Schwarber's her name, was like getting booked on things. You know, she's an actress now. One of my best friends is like, she's on TED, all these things.
Oh, wow.
So her career was blossoming, and I'm here sucking shit, and then the girlfriend and thing, and then like everything sucks, and I was like, I needed an escape, and I didn't know about Norm back then.
Yeah.
But he had just died or something, and I saw his. I started watching bits of his podcast, and then I was like, no wonder everybody loves it. I was laughing my ass off like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I got to start a podcast like this guy. And then, because I had done improv and stuff, but then I was like, he did stand up. I was like, I'll try stand up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I tried it for them, like my roommate friends, and it did it. Like I would whiff, like I would eat a
Well,
dick.
in the living room?
Like you gather them around
Yeah,
the
I would
couch.
gather my friends because I was too scared to go to a mic.
Wow.
So I would do it in front of my friends, and like
Wow.
even in front of my friends, I would eat a dick, you know?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then finally, I would start to
That's
make
balls.
them laugh.
That
Yeah.
takes balls.
You think so?
I think so.
More than a mic?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because
That's
at
so
least
funny.
at least you're bombing in front of people you don't know.
That's the biggest part. Is
No,
I don't know these fucking people.
And me, it's the other way around. It's like at least they got me, you know? Like,
Wow.
Dude, I don't know.
But
I-
those guys are like my biggest supporters now. In
Yeah,
terms
that's
of, like,
good.
They come to my shows and everything because they saw it from the beginning. But,
I get being apprehensive about that, like doing stand up for the first time, because I was hammered the first time I did my first open
I
mic.
bet so many comics just still get hammered before every fucking. You're like me.
No, we don't get hammered.
No, not hammered.
Don't sell it up.
Not hammered, but I remember Ryan brought me to our first open mic at Third Coast, and I had like 4 drinks before,
In
just to,
Nashville?
like just to calm the nerves. Went up. I thought I killed. I have it on tape. No one's gonna see it. I bombed, but the anxiety was still there. I get that. But to do it in front of your roommates.
But then who did you do that for that you knew to do it at a mic? Like it was your first time on stage?
yeah. So what happened was
Well,
I
he's
think-
been on stage since he was 15.
Yeah,
doing-
I've
playing
told
music.
I think I've told the story on the podcast before. Like I've been in band since I was like 15, so I've been on stage for a long time. And then when my last band back in Nashville, Six Nip, kind of petered out, I didn't really have anything like going on. And then like Ryan called me up and he was like, "Hey dude, I'm going to this thing. It's called an open mic. It's like for stand up." And I was like, "Oh, like what Bill Burr does?" And he was like, "Not
Kinda.
kinda." And he was like,
Worse than that.
Worse than that.
It's an open mic.
And he was like, "You should come." And I was like, I can say 5 funny minutes of shit." And yeah, just went there. And as soon as I had something to do on stage again, I was like, "Oh, I love this."
Yeah.
Just fell in love immediately. And then
Really?
like 9 months later, we were in this apartment.
Damn.
How did you do your first set?
My first set was
Real
like,
set.
like at a mic?
Yeah.
I did great because I did it in Miami where I feel more comfortable. I was there for a break or something, and I invited I invited like 8 friends.
Oh. That's
And I was
balls.
like, I'm so good at this shit.
That's balls.
And then I went to Accidental Chaos when I got back, and I ate a dick. I sucked. But honestly, people were doing good there, and nobody was paying attention. You know how Accidental Chaos is.
I've never been there.
Oh, it's like, yeah. Yeah, it's like it's a fucking frat house. Or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I've heard about it around town. I've heard several other people
Ron
talk
Bush
about
crushed that night. But and then I got to Badger and shit. My
Yeah.
friend showed me Badger, and then I used to only go to Mike's before shows, and I would only do a show like once every month or something. So I would barely go to Mike's, and that was my first year in stand up. Was just like it was like a hobby, you know.
Yeah.
And I just cared about acting, and I had my thing, and then so when I got fired and when the strike happened and I had nothing to do, that's when I was like, there's this part of my life that I've just been doing, but like now it's like I can hit it hard.
It became priority.
And then something happened. Oh, we did a roast battle with Jeff Ross, and he said that we were good, and he had just destroyed the guys before us.
Yeah.
He was like, "You guys are not." He was like, "You guys got to work harder." And then we went up. Nick and I went up, and he was like, "You guys are very good. I think you're very funny." And then I was like,
Wow. So you're not that. How many years in are you? 2?
I'm 2, but that first year was like soft. You
Yeah.
know? That was like very, very casual.
So you're like 1 year in strong, like
Yeah.
full throttle.
Yeah, like 7 months.
Wow, and you're this good now.
Oh,
that's
thanks, man.
amazing. Seriously, I thought you'd been doing it longer.
I appreciate that.
You're
Thank
so
you.
funny, dude. I did not think you were only that far in.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I remember when we first got to know each other. I was doing It Is What It Is.
I love
That's
that joke.
Nick's show.
No, it's a joke. It is.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
loved.
joke,
I remember you did that at Badger, and I came up to you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And
like,
you were like about to leave. I think I knocked on the window or
Yeah.
something, and I was like, "That's a hilarious joke."
Dude, that was great for me because I was a fan already, and I was like, but we didn't know each other. you
Yeah.
know? And then I was like, that's great validation and stuff. And then now, in hindsight, I'm like, that is similar to your writing style, you know?
Very silly.
Very silly and clean and kind of like, just like observational and stuff.
Almost to the point where you say it, and people like, they're like, yes, they're like, yeah, but
It's so obvious.
It's so obvious, but the fact that you're saying it to people, it makes it funny.
Like, which is Norm Macdonald, I think, in a nutshell.
To a T.
He's like, have you seen his SNL host where he's like, yeah, I'm not funny, but like compared to these guys or something, he was like, they fired me because I wasn't funny. And
That's right.
then like now they're asking me to host a show, and I'm like, 1 year is not enough to get funny.
Yeah, I'm not funnier.
Like it's just
Yeah.
it's and it occurred to me, it's not that I got funnier, it's that the show has gotten really, really bad.
That's right.
And then you can hear the writers booing, and he goes, so yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later, you know?
yeah.
Fucking sick.
Oh, Norm is the man.
Yeah.
That's so great. Yeah, we had the same issue because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
We started in Nashville, did it for 5 or 6 months, like once a week though, and then sometimes not even once a week because there was
Because
only
you wouldn't get called.
Yeah, you wouldn't get picked.
That was like
It's so weird
2019.
how mics are in other states, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Nashville's weird.
Low.
I've said this a lot. Like, there's really only one club in Nashville. You got Zanies, and then if you really like tried, you could get up 2 times a week.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Maybe 3,
That's not compared
but
to here.
not compared to dude. We like
So
like
Zanies compared to like,
Well, you can't get up at Zanies. There's like 2 or 3 open mics
yeah.
that are terrible.
yeah.
But it's just comedy isn't a thing when we started in Nashville. Now it's pretty big.
Yeah.
But it's just overwhelmed. It's just blanketed by music. It's Music City.
Yeah.
So,
But that was like 2019, and then so we were like 9 months in.
yeah, barely. We're like a rough, like once a
barely-
week kind of.
We had already made the decision to move out to LA. The pandemic happens. We already move out here, and then it was like a year of just everything was closed.
Yeah.
And so we've had about probably 2.5 solid years of
Damn.
just hitting it.
I'd say 2.5, like pedal to the metal.
How long do you think you guys could go, set wise?
Oh, 10.
Yeah, I could do 10 minutes.
10.
I've been working towards. I want to get a solid 15 together because that's like a real club spot.
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
go up at the store, the Improv, with a 15-minute set. But yeah, I could go up and do a solid 10, which is crazy to imagine because I remember when I was like, dude, how am I going to get together 8 minutes of
Yeah.
funny stuff.
Yeah.
It seemed impossible, and now it's like, yeah, there it
You
is.
might have more than that. And just not. What's the longest you've done?
10
10.
minutes.
I think you guys probably have 15.
That well,
I've never tried it.
I had to do 10 to figure out I even had it. Like, I was offered that 10-minute spot at Ha-Ha's, and I was like, because you like the honest you is like, oh, I don't have that, but nobody books I don't have that, so you just go, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went in there with like a good 6, and then they gave me the light. I saw like 2 jokes left. I was like, oh, I guess I do have 10 minutes then. You almost have to do it to
That's
figure
how
out
you would feel
can
if
do
you
it.
did a 15-minute set. You'd go, oh, fuck. And
Yeah.
then you'd go, wait, I had 2 more bits.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you go, maybe I have more. But yeah, I did guys. I did one of guys at Fourth Wall a while ago, and I was the last comic on that. And then I was like, can I go a little longer, you know? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then I went 12, and I was like,
That's
at
amazing.
the time, I didn't know I had 12. So yeah, it just happens.
I've never gotten. That's funny. That's great that you bring that up. I've never gotten the opportunity to go longer than 10.
Dude, with the amount of mics that you guys hit, you probably have at least 15 minutes.
You're probably right. I've just never put it to the test.
Yeah.
I'm
Like, how
scared.
many
I'm
different-
scared. That's why.
Like, what is your system for like, okay, check, well, I can put this on a show?
It's if it works at like 5 different mics around town. I don't like to do it. I don't really know how to explain this. I'll do like if it works at like Fourth Wall, if it works at Hollywood Comedy, if it works at Boulevard, if it just consistently keeps working, it'll go on the all right. This is a set shelf. It'll go there. If it kills it, like Badger, like we always say, that's like a home game. But if it bombs at like 3 other places, it's like all right, that needs some work.
Yeah, you got last because it was Badger and it was a good night.
Yeah. And the audience was hot.
Also, when I get a joke that's I think is completed, I try not to do it that often
Yeah.
unless I'm at a show because
Yeah.
then I'll ruin it for myself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. That's what's happened to me. Like, it is what it is one of my favorite things I've ever written, but I shouldn't do it anymore because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of saying it. And that's why it's not getting the laughs it used to because I am not into it as much.
Yeah, yes, you shouldn't do it. You should not do it as much as possible.
Yeah.
And only pull it out when you need to.
Yeah.
Because then you will forget some of it. And,
Yeah.
and you will in real time be like thinking of I don't even know where this is going kind of.
Which
you
is
have a
what
rough
it
idea.
is. That's how you kill. You have to have
Yeah.
that thought. Yeah.
That's why like a good new joke kills so hard.
Yeah.
Like what you said, where you do a new joke for like the second time, and it kills because it's a little funny, but also you're in the moment. You don't really know where it's going, and then once you get it down on paper, it sucks. Do you write?
I was about to ask you that. I've stopped.
I've never started.
Amazing.
I flirted with it for a second. I sat down and like tried to actually write the jokes out, but then I ran into that same problem. It's
Terrible
like if you're
idea.
just, I just gave up on it. The most I'll do like voice memos, like voice to text stuff
Yeah.
of just like thoughts, and then just like and sum it up as like jet skis are weird and pianos, and it'll just be like that block, and I'll go up on stage, I'll see that, and I'll be like, all right, talk about jet skis and pianos.
I love that bit.
That is a great bit.
And
It's a company. It's Yamaha, right?
That's the whole bit. But the most important part of that is that, like with that block that I have written out, I'll go and listen back to it that night, and then like take what worked and like discard what didn't. The most important part is recording. I try to record every single set that I do, so I can
just
go back
audio?
and listen to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, just audio.
I do that too with just audio.
Yeah.
But when you said voice memos, did you mean at mics or just you talking?
No, I'll be like in my underwear, just walking around the apartment, just talking to my phone.
I used to do that too, and then I thought that I put too much emphasis on how I was saying it.
You're
and
trying too hard.
And then I was trying to replicate that on stage, and that's just shit, you know?
Yeah.
No, the best way
But that's just for me.
I think to do it is, like you said, you have an idea, you write it down, pianos or something, and then you go up on stage and you're just don't try to be funny. You're just explaining to the crowd
That's so his method, you could tell.
what you thought, and you don't even know really. You kind of have a rough idea of where you're going, but you are just telling. You're just telling these people.
That's great.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
That Yamaha.
Me and Nick were talking about your the lasers bit that you have.
yeah.
It's so funny. You're like, my favorite line was like, they always leave space. Don't leave space.
Why did
The guy finished it. He's like, I made it all wacky.
Yeah, dude.
They don't know what we're talking about, but
No,
it's
they
like,
don't. I've got this whole bit about like
it's about like robbing a place.
pulling a heist, and you throw the smoke canister down the long hallway that reveals the lasers. Why do they leave enough space in between those lasers? Don't leave enough space. It's like you're begging me to slip through there.
Yeah.
And then and that's funny that you bring that up. That was an improv line. I said, look at the guy whoever the guy was that made it was like, check it out, I made them all wacky.
It's like when you're like, he just finished making it. He's like, look at what I did. I made them all wacky.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Like he fucked it up, but they kept it that way.
Yeah.
And that's funny.
And you're like, you should just put them all in one line.
That would be more efficient. It really would, because no one would do the thing. But I listened because I recorded that set.
Gosh.
And y'all laughed so hard at that.
It was so funny.
That when I sat back down, I wrote underneath the thing. I wrote "made it all wacky," and I circled it. And that's into the bit.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's not like written. It's just in my head.
That's the best feeling.
But the longer you do the bit, it's wacky just gets absorbed into the lasers bit.
Yeah.
You just have to write lasers, and that's just part of the bit.
And I
how I'm doing it
remember
now.
it's wacky.
Right now, it's just like, it's just one word on my notes app.
Yeah.
Or two or whatever. It's like the gist of the fucking protein of the joke. Like, what is the fucking joke? And then I'll just kind of remember the points to hit, and then I'll just figure it out from there. And then eventually it becomes a structured joke.
Yep.
Where I know every fucking word, at least for me.
Yeah, same. No, my notes are just a word. Heist. That's what that joke is called. Just heist. And then for the longest time for the weeks after y'all laughed at wacky, I wrote heist, and then underneath it I wrote wacky.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
And then until I don't need to remember wacky anymore, it just becomes heist.
Yeah,
it gets absorbed into it.
So now it's just heist, but I just know wacky.
Yeah.
And then the next is like, it's just animals. And then the next is just whatever, long arms.
Do you still have your first joke book?
I don't know where it is, but they like, I had one I used to do about like serial killers, and it was like, it was like my big one back then, and then now I'm like, I would never say that.
Those are so great. Your first big joke. You're like, dude, my first big joke ever that I love to death, but no one finds it funny, is my favorite candy is mini M&Ms. Mini is in a lot of. It's a joke. Play on the word mini.
It's so like
people go, huh? When I thought of that, I was like, dude, I'm genius. Mini M&Ms.
No, but we were talking about how brief like our notes are now. I remember I still have my first joke book. It's right there, and I literally it was a full page. I would write out every single word, and I'd be like, I'd write it and I'd like pause here because they're gonna fucking laugh here, dude, because this is so funny. And now it's like presidents. Yeah, it's just one word.
That's evolution, man. Because and then like you look at those fucking paragraphs and they're all shit.
Terrible. No, they're awful, dude.
There's no punchlines. And the punchlines are like when you get to it, it's weak, and it has like 3 minutes of setup. Like
one of my first jokes that even worked a little bit was me just rambling about how I hate people that go to Bonnaroo. And it wasn't even funny. It was just like, they smoke pot and roll around in the dirt. And it was just...
They do suck, though.
It was just sentence after sentence of just bomb.
Just complaining about it.
Yeah, but back in 2019 in Nashville, I was like, wait till they see this, dude. This is going to crush.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was about, like, serial killers. And, like, I was like, nobody likes, like, regular killers,
Yeah.
But everybody loves serial killers,
Yeah.
So it's like if you're a cop and like the defund police, I was like, defund the police, and then you kill a guy by accident, a cop, and everyone hates you. I'm like, just eat the guy, and then everybody will love you. That was like my big thing,
dude.
But sometimes everyone would be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like it's like normal people in the crowd, and I'm like, eat him, and they're like, what?
Did you ever try to tackle a too edgy subject like before you were ready? Did you ever dive into that?
That would have been that for me.
Okay. Yeah, I've tried that a couple of times. I've gone in on a joke and I've been like they'll laugh at this because it's so edgy what I'm saying, and then it just comes off as like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the guy's just crazy.
Yeah,
because you forget the people in the crowd are just normal people. They're not psychopath
For real,
comics.
people need to remember. Like some people, like close friends of mine that are comedians, they go up there and they're like, "Don't you guys feel like this?" And it's like just alienating to regular people.
It's like, no, you feel like
We
this.
don't.
That's why you're on stage.
Yeah.
It's because you feel this way.
Yeah. That's why you're the fucking clown.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. No, we're not sane people.
Yeah, but maybe I'll bring that joke back. But the whole joke will be everyone loves serial killers, no one likes regular killers, and then it'll just be like 2 or 3 more lines, and then I'll just lose all that fat that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna bring back mini M&Ms. I think that's to the fucking birds, dude.
I love that you still think about it though.
I think about it too many times a week.
Yeah, I started writing this baby one like fucking right when I was starting. I was like, wouldn't it be funny like you're telling a baby about like a planet and he doesn't know that Earth is like a planet? You know, he thinks that Earth is just everything. And then you're like, it's a ball and nothing and it's floating and so is everything else. And then the baby's like, what? You're kidding me, you know?
You're out of your
I'm like, no,
mind.
I promise. And he's like, you're telling me everybody knows that we're floating and nothing? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's everyone. Like, but like, I couldn't convert that into like,
That's similar to your dying bit.
Yeah.
it became that.
Oh wow.
And then it became dying because dying is a more palpable thing.
Yeah.
And then it still sucked as dying because it's still like, I would be like, yeah, I was trying to explain dying to this baby. And I was like, yeah, your heart stops. And he's like, what? And then I was like, he goes, what happens after? And I go, no one knows. And I thought that was funny.
I love that line, dude.
I thought it was funny, but
No
nobody
one
thinks
knows.
It's very
people
funny.
don't think it's funny at open mics. I'm like, what? And then I had to make the punchline. He's talking about his grandma. What happens after she dies? And I go, we get her house.
Love that line.
And that's a way more. I can count on that punchline way more, but it's so much more obvious of a. It's like I don't like that punchline as much.
You do, but you do them both, don't you?
Then I go, what? No, I mean about grandma, and I go, oh, no one knows.
Yeah.
And it's still.
I like no one knows. Maybe pause on no one knows long. Maybe the long.
Maybe that's the
long
key to
pause.
Because I still like no one knows more.
I like that more.
Yeah.
No one knows or something. I don't know. Pause on it.
It did get a big laugh once, but I couldn't count on it. Like it would not get him the rest.
And then
of
you
the
went into people fight people fight it until it takes them. Great line. Great line.
Yeah, and then again, I had to push that one away.
Damn.
Like then again, I had to switch that to. He's like, "Do you ever get used to it?" And I go, "Yeah, Grandma sucked. She hated Jews. That's
Yeah.
the new punchline." And then he goes, "No, do you ever get to the fact that you're gonna die?" And I go, "Oh yeah, no, people fight until it takes them." But again, I had to splice in these dumb punchlines throughout this fucking joke to make it like a one that I can count on.
I feel that.
But that's like, it makes it better. 'Cause
Yeah, it's not what
just what you think in your head.
it's what they like. I feel.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Also, dude, I have jokes I just don't do at open mics anymore.
Yeah.
Like they'll kill at shows when there's like 90, 100 people in the crowd. You do it to a room of 5 other comics. It's just they're like, eh.
It's funny, like we do these open mics
Yeah.
as a practice, but open mics don't prepare you for what
It's
a
different.
real normal people will
I
laugh
used to
at.
think that, but then again, Ron Bush was like, everyone's bitching about mics. They're saying comics laugh at different things than regular people. He goes, I think that's bullshit. I think if it's funny, you laugh.
It's funny.
And
I like
was
that.
Fuck, you're right, dude.
All right.
But yeah, but
Yeah,
it is,
but it's not. It's all. That's true, but it's not always the case for some reason.
yeah, because we're such nerds
Mm-hmm.
that I'm like, oh man, that was like, what a premise. And he went around it. There was no fat on that,
Yeah.
But like the regular audience is just like, they'll laugh at,
Yeah.
I look like,
Yeah.
Crystalia without the charisma. To
Oh, dude. Hey,
have victims.
what's your I look like go to? Do you have one?
That would be it.
That's it.
All right, yeah, mine's a gay Philip Seymour Hoffman. Every comic has their because it's the easy.
It's like the ham and cheese.
It's the meat and potatoes of like if you just need to get out of a bad situation on
Yeah.
stage. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. It's just one of those.
That's like what they teach you in class. Like if you went to class for
Yeah.
stand-up.
Yeah, like laughing. I'm not a big laugher though. I've noticed, and I feel bad at that. I'm not a huge laugher.
You're like
Yeah.
you're like a quiet laugher.
Yeah, I'm
I've
like
noticed that at Mike.
someone will do something that I think is great, and I'll go, "That is amazing." Mm-hmm. You know.
You'll appreciate it for
But
what it is.
so
which is not good.
no, it's not good. But to make up,
We don't appreciate that.
No,
It's not helping.
It's not good.
I've noticed that at Badger and then at Boulevard And I was saying this shit about one of the guy who like sucked, and I was like, "Are you guys okay?" That's what I said to the audience after the guy bombed, and everybody was laughing. And I peeked over at you guys, and I could see that you were appreciating, but you were being like quiet.
No, it's not. I'm a quiet dude naturally, but to make up for the lack of laughter, I do laugh a lot. But to make up for it, I make it a point to go up to people afterwards and go,
It's delightful.
That was great.
Yeah.
Like this.
It's a great quality.
Maybe say this. Maybe you could take it this direction. But yeah, I'm not a crazy laughter. Like if I'm laughing, it's because it's really funny. I think.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Seriously. Yeah. Seriously. I think it just hits that chord that I connect with. But that's huge, is to go up to people afterwards and go, that was great. You're good. Just keep going.
That's a wonderful thing that you do.
Don't quit,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Because, and maybe that's even better.
But you don't hand that out either, right?
No.
You know that whole thing about
That's
comedians?
precious.
Yeah. And it feels like that, but like, were you guys like the funniest guys in
No.
like high school?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That was pretty funny.
Me, no.
I was very shy, and I would be funny with my close friends, and then I would just be quiet around everybody else.
We had a funny friend group, but we weren't the funny ones. Like,
Yeah.
were you the funny one in your friend group? Because my friend group, we were all pretty silly, funny.
I was one of funny people. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I know your friend group very well, and you guys are all silly. And
Yeah.
like, there's not like a funny guy and then there's normal guys.
No, no, we're all equally as
Yeah.
really, really dumb.
But like in school, no, I didn't speak up. I crack jokes.
Yeah.
It's all in my head. I'd say them in my head to me, and I'd be like, that would have crushed if I fucking had the confidence to say it out
What
loud.
made you want to get up on stage that first time?
Oh, I just always wanted to do something, but I didn't know it was stand-up. The second I did my first set, I dropped my shoulders and was like, oh, that's what I've been looking for this whole time. I used to go during school. I used to go during lunch. I'd eat my lunch, and then I'd go into the theater, and I would stand on the stage, but it was empty. Like, the auditorium was empty. And I was like, ooh, this is cool. Like, I'm the guy on the stage. But it was empty. No one was there. And I was like, I like this feeling. But I don't know. I'm not a theater guy.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was like, well, I like this, but I'm not a theater guy. And then I'd make funny videos and stuff, and people would laugh at my videos, and I'm like, but I'm not like a movie maker guy. And it just all led to stand-up. And when I realized that stand-up comedy is just all that shit I liked,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I'm not stopping.
It really is.
It's all
like
of
a
it.
combination of several things.
Yeah.
It's like storytelling, like performance.
Getting attention.
Yeah.
Like
Funny.
it's also this world that like I didn't even know existed.
It's like the coolest underworld thing.
yeah. Yeah,
And
like,
I love all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Editing. I've been editing my whole life.
Really?
I like making skits and
I used to do a lot of film
Yeah.
making, but I got sick of the fucking the fucking grind of that.
yeah. I'll just do it with skits that we make, podcasting.
No, if you like it, more power to you. I think it's good.
And stand-up. And yeah, dude, from the first set, I was driving home just high off my ass. It was insane. And yeah, my whole life changed like just right after that.
Because that's crazy. Because like I came from acting and theater, and so it was easier to get on stage. It was still scary as fuck. But like getting on from never doing anything on a stage must be crazy.
This dude,
He did music.
he did music, and I was like shitting myself in the back. And he was like, "What, dude? You just get up there." And I was like, "What are you talking about? This guy's been in like 900 stages." And I'm like, he's like, "Dude, you just go up there." And I'm like, "No, I don't think you do." And he's like, "You do." And he just went up. And like, you know,
It's true. That's a good way to put it.
yeah,
but I'd never been on a stage in front of people ever.
I probably played like fucking 800 shows with bands before I even started comedy. So like the stage wasn't really the problem.
Same for me.
It was
That's
like
crazy.
saying stuff that was funny. I remember the most uncomfortable feeling because like we were in a 3-piece. I played guitar and I sang, and so like the mic was familiar to me. it was very uncomfortable going up there and not having like a guitar between like my cock and the rest of the audience. You know, it was just I was so vulnerable. Like it was just me. But yeah, dude, like once you get on stage a couple hundred times, every stage is just a stage. Just go up there.
Yeah, I mean now it's easier. I can do it. It's so funny when you think back to how nervous you were getting up in front of 4 people.
But you still get nervous.
I still get nervous.
That's good.
I was nervous at your show.
I was nervous at my
Yeah?
fucking show too because I didn't have any time to sit with it.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah. You brought that up.
Ryan has the funniest nervous I've ever seen.
He was talking about wall push-ups.
I shut down. I get silent.
Because he'll go like you can't talk to Ryan if it's the day of a show because he'll go like nonverbal. He just like he'll completely shut down. He's doing push-ups on the walls and then like he does a couple deep breaths, goes up and kills. And then the guy that walks off the stage is like normal Ryan.
Yeah,
and he's like, hey, what's up, guys? Hey,
Yeah.
That went pretty well, right?
It
He's
is
like,
that. It
where
is
was
that.
that guy this whole morning?
I
dude?"
know.
But I get it. That's so relatable.
And only you see it really, because I'll like walk out of the bedroom and you're making breakfast, and you're like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What's up?" Just like, "Hey, what's up? I'm good."
Hey, do you want any waffles?
No, I'm good.
It's 12 hours to the event.
Yeah, I have a whole routine. Do you have a routine?
I literally just pray to God. Like,
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good routine. I run.
Really?
I run for shows, not mics. Mics are nothing.
Yeah.
But for shows, like the whole day is the show. I have to.
It's so relatable.
I have to like get a good night's sleep. I have to go on a run. I gotta like stretch and like do my shit. Not talk to people. Like conserve energy. I'm big on like not. Like you said on the podcast, you and Nick were in the car. You talk too much.
Yeah.
You get to the podcast, nothing to talk about. It's the same with a show. Yeah, if I'm joking and having fun all day, when I get to the show, I'm out of energy. I'm out. So, I'm just pretty quiet. And how do you work? Because you seem like a pretty outgoing guy.
Yeah.
We're not naturally.
Right.
Like it takes work for me to even reach out to you and get you on.
I thank you so much.
Like
Yeah,
it's not like, and same with like meeting people and like building a connection. I'm so tightly wound that a drink too
helps.
it just, man, I'm like, I feel like this sounds terrible. I just realized how terrible this sounds. I feel like me after 2 drinks is like what everyone else is normal.
No, that doesn't sound
How awful is that?
It's
that
not
awful.
great.
It's
But
not
I'm
that awful.
jealous. I'm jealous about how people like who can be so friendly and so open, and I'm just like
It's like a
walled
show.
off, shelled down.
Yeah, I mean, it's from for me, it's from acting. Before that, I was like cripplingly shy.
Yeah.
And I just went up on stage, and as an actor, I did plays and stuff, and then the directors would be like, "You're not good," and then you'd have to work really hard. And suddenly, you pull out a good performance out of it, but it's like, and then you kind of realize how to be around people. But yeah, naturally, I'm very shy, and I am an introvert.
Yeah, same.
Because an introvert is someone who, at the end of the day, they recharge by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still seem like a social person and still be an introvert. Mm-hmm. I am an introvert. Like at the end of the day, I need to hang alone for a bit. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, you
Oh,
need to
dude,
get your head right
if
to be comfortable enough with other people.
Which is by the way, it's hard with women to be like that.
it's horrible. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's not
I'm
possible.
like, wait, we're gonna sleep together?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I need to fucking get some rest here.
I need to
like
recharge.
Anderson says, how do I sleep cool?
That's right. God, I hope he figures that joke out.
Yeah, for real, so relatable.
Same with women is comedy. It's I've got this running joke. It's women. Hey, when are you free? Never. I'm out at Mike's every night, or I'm working, or I'm doing a podcast,
Yeah.
and I'm an introvert. So it's like introvert. And when are you free? Never. My nights
you
are
go.
booked.
That's something.
Because also we both have this thing where it's like, hey, you want to go bowling with coworkers? No, I can't miss Tuesday night at Boulevard. I can't miss a set.
Yeah.
Because if I miss a set, then I'll never make it.
I'll instantly lose all the funny that I have.
Yeah.
Do you have that at all?
I do feel guilt for hanging out with people that aren't in like what I want to be, that aren't actors or comedians.
It's bad for building relationships.
I used to be a waiter, and I would be out till 3 a.m. in Culver City with bartenders.
Yeah.
And it just feels bad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you guys are not charming enough of people to be worthy of this time, you know?
Dude, yeah, no, I get it.
You
I
know what
totally
mean? Like,
get
this
it.
is shit.
100%.
And I'm wasting my energy. I've
yeah.
ruined many relationships, like just women and just like friends, like just because I'm like, I have to do open mics. I can't. Hey, you want to hang out? No, I got to do a mic.
That's what it takes.
Dante, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Dude,
Seriously.
I'm a big fan of both of you guys. Man.
Yeah, dude, we think you're so funny.
Yeah, we're fans of yours as well.
Thank you, man.
And yeah, follow Dante on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
It's Dante Gonzalez-Abreu with Z's.
There you go. Hit me up, Ryan Jennings, on Instagram. You got a show coming up, right?
No.
Oh shit.
You want to do Boulevard again?
Yeah, I'll do Boulevard.
All right, fuck yeah.
Okay.
All right, I got a show.
He's got a show coming up.
16.
Yeah,
Check him out.
Check out next week's podcast. The details will be there.
I got a
Sure.
show on the 9th at Comedy Boulevard. Come on out and see me. I'll just be doing 8 of the funniest minutes you've ever seen in your goddamn life.
A lot of talk about eels.
Yeah, I'll bring
On
up
the show.
eels, but wait on that. You guys are going to love the eels bit.
I hope you do that, bit.
I will do the bit. It's a new bit.
I know.
You got any shows coming up? You're hosting, right?
You know D's Nuts?
Yeah.
I'm doing D's Nuts.
At the Comedy Store?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Oh, thanks. This is my second time doing that one.
Right on. I never done his show or know anything about him, but our buddy of ours, Andrew Cassidy, he's been on the podcast.
Yeah, I love him.
He's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
I roasted him.
I know, that's crazy.
And,
That's talk about being nervous before a fucking show.
roasting
A
Andrew Cassidy?
roast battle?
Yeah, I know.
At the store?
Let's
with
get
Jeff
into-
Ross?
Yeah. How many roasts have you done?
2.
2?
Yeah.
I've done 1. And I don't think I'm going to do it again.
He should fucking do one. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. We got to get him to fucking do one.
You'd be good at one.
Nah,
He's going to fight us on it, but we have to force him to do one.
Yeah,
would be good.
you're gonna have to drag me up into the belly room.
Dude,
and
you'd be
force me
so
to
good.
do that.
Come on, bro.
It'd have to be the right person. I don't know.
We'll find some fucking shit guy.
I got the greatest advice. I think the only thing that helped me in that roast battle was the one-on-one advice I got from the king himself,
Yeah.
Luke Walls.
Yes,
Dude, what a beast.
the
bro.
king of roast battle.
That guy's a fucking sniper.
Yeah. He stays with us every time he comes back into
I know.
LA.
Everyone's a fan of him.
That dude is so funny. But I don't think if he didn't tell me those little insides that only he could tell me about, I think I would have.
That's how I did my first one, was watching your podcast with him about roast battles.
For real?
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Well, I
Damn.
told you guys I was a fan of your podcast, and you go, "You're fucking lying." And I was like, "No, no, I'm not."
That's the introvert talking.
yeah, like
That's the. Oh, he's just saying that.
it wasn't.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So yeah,
great.
he said to have coffee with the guy, and then that's week 1, and then week 2 you try the jokes. Oh, week 1 you get coffee, and then you write jokes, and then week 2 you try them at mics, and then you do the fucking battle.
That's
and
right.
that's my format.
It's a
because
great
of
format.
Luke Walls. It is such a great format.
The biggest part that I took away from his advice was say you got to have a joke ready for why. Hey, why are you roasting this guy? Like you need
That's the very beginning,
because
yeah.
you go. I got to write 3 jokes, but he's like you can slip jokes in secretly without getting away with it.
Yeah, that's
so
some
he was
high
like
level.
they're gonna ask you like why are you roasting so and so. So have something funny prepared, and then have your 3. Be willing to drop them at a moment's notice, depending on what's going on, and then be prepared for a 4th, like a last minute.
Yeah, he gets asked for those last minute ones all the time.
Yeah, because the battles go so well.
Because they're actually the other person is also super strong.
Yeah.
And they're like, we have to have another one.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of the times that from what I've seen, like that last joke is the deciding factor.
yeah.
That was what the last one.
Yeah.
was.
Unfortunately,
him and
that was a sad loss.
Luke on Luke, yeah, dude.
But his joke was so good. The Luke Skywalker joke.
great.
Dude,
It was
that
great.
was so. And he had the other one where he's like avoiding
The
black
sketch
guys.
artist. Oh, the black. Oh, yeah, that's great. I was
No,
thinking
Luke
of
Walls.
this. Oh, yeah. I was thinking of Luke
Binko.
Binko's the sketch artist one.
Yeah, and obviously the one about In God's Image was also really. The judges really liked that one. Yeah.
That was a great battle. And then Luke flubbed the line.
You could feel it because
Yeah.
we've all been there.
Dude,
know.
we were packed into we were in the hallway.
I was there.
Yeah. We were in the hallway to the green room of the belly room, and as soon as he did that first like stutter, we were like, my heart
fuck.
sank, dude. Oh,
Because you
man.
could tell. Well, Binko had such a good first one, and you're like, fuck, the energies with, not. I'm a fan of both of them. Of
course.
Yeah,
Luke
yeah.
Walls is kind of.
There's obviously like off the jump. There's obviously like a guy on top and a guy on his heels.
Yeah, but we know Luke Walls more. I don't know him as well as you guys, of course, but like I've seen him at Mike so much more, and so you could feel the tide switch to Binko at the beginning because he had such a killer joke.
Yep.
People were laughing before the punchline.
I know. They did need that last deciding joke. It's just it's a shame that Luke flubbed it.
Yeah, but you could feel that everything was going the other way, and it was like I was like, damn, you know.
It was a great battle.
It was such a great battle, but he's had so many great battles.
I know. We don't go to mini roast battles. We only go to his. We've only always gone to his.
Yeah.
And Elise's.
You should go to
And
Nick's.
Elise's once, yeah.
You should go to Nick's. Nick
When is it?
Turbasula's. I think March 5th he has his next one.
Right? Who's it against?
This guy named Chuck Friedman. It's going to be insane.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. He already told me one of the jokes. It's unreal.
Be there, folks.
Yeah.
March 5th. But let's get out of here, y'all. Dante, dude, thank you so much.
Dude, thank you guys.
Thank
bro.
you for coming out
Would
here,
love
man.
to do it again at some point, and would love to have you on Nick and I's whenever we actually put those on.
Oh, we'd love
Absolutely.
to, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 105 of Bombing Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Good night.